It's currently 9 in the morning and I'm thinking I might go to a cafe to start my day. I'm gonna be working from home today and then I gotta go practice the cello because I have a little concert this Saturday, which is only 2 days away. So I really gotta prepare. Some of my friends and all my team members are gonna be there. So it's kind of a cute little end of the year party. So let's go.
Let me make the bed first. I keep grabbing my phone the moment I open my eyes, so I started doing this plank routine instead.
3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 15, 16, 17, 20.
It was incredibly painful at first, but I think I'm slowly getting the hang of it. I opened the curtain, then I realized I should film it, so here we go again. I just washed my face, threw on some moisturizer and sunscreen, and that's it. I was told you should use about a 501 coin-sized amount of sunscreen, so I go pretty heavy on it. Let's see what the weather's like today. It's still chilly, but there's some nice sunlight. Then I'll go with jeans today. I tend to wear everything pretty loose, and honestly, mother jeans are the best. This walk is so nice. They look like they're cut out of colored paper. Love those floor-to-ceiling windows. Love the pendant light. Love the wall light. Love this floor lamp. Love this place. I tried something a little bit different this time. And look how cute this teacup is. And these teapots from Kinto. I was just looking at it and noticed something amazing. It's this tiny little dot. I guess this shows how much water you're supposed to pour. I love this kind of subtle UX. About 2.5 hours later, finished my tea, time to head home for lunch. I came across this recipe on YouTube and it only takes about 10 minutes to make. One for my roomie and one for me. It keeps me full for a long time and I don't even get the food coma. I'm sure it's because of all these clean ingredients. Ever since I moved out, I've pretty much lived on delivery, and I realized I really needed to change, so I found this recipe while looking for easy beginner meals. And I've been eating this literally every single day for a month. All gone! Work mode on. Today's task is to design stuff for our education content. I'm starting with the first 1 out of 10. Since I dropped out of school, I've always felt unsure and insecure about my work. And even after doing it so many times, I still get nervous. But would I want to go back to my Spanish major days? Hell no. I know I'm on the right path, so yeah, I kinda like this life. At least it's mine. Done for today. Now it's time for some cello. Too cold to bike today, walking it is. Mom's gonna practice with me since the concert just around the corner. I was in elementary school when I suddenly decided I wanted to learn the cello. So we went out and bought 2 of the cheapest ones, like $400 each, and just started from there. But cello turned out to be way harder than it looked, especially for a little kid like me. So I gave up after a while and didn't pick it up again until college when I joined an orchestra club. I wasn't even that good back then, but something about playing together just hit me. That's when I knew I should be doing this for the rest of my life. By the way, we're working on vibrato right now. On string instruments, it's what makes each note feel alive. It's basically like vibrato when you sing. But hey, here's the real thing I should be practicing. Now listen closely to this next note. Just this one. Let me replay it. Did you hear that? You can really miss the pitch just by being 1 millimeter off. So getting it right is actually the hardest part, even more than vibrato. I'm making sure she didn't slack off. This one's called Arioso. It's my mom's solo. I used to watch people play the cello without thinking much of it. But now that I've been learning it, I can't help but thinking about how much work goes into every note. Unlike the cello, I never gave up on the piano since I was a kid, so even now, when I'm worn out from cello or just life in general, I turn to the piano to feel better. Yo, look how colorful they are. Mom dropped them off, so I'm chopping some for tomorrow's lunchbox. Now for the real lunch. Here it is. These green leaves are basil. My coworker grew them at home and brought them in for me. It totally leveled up my lunch. Everyone went out for a walk, so I'm having lunch by myself. Concerts tomorrow. On to the main course. Basil. I've had this a million times and it never gets old. And we're back at the studio after work. Working on the details from my lesson is way more exhausting than you'd think. It actually makes me pretty sweaty. That's it for today. There's so much to clean up after playing like the piano. You have to put away your shit music, your music stand, the rosin, and even wipe the bow clean. It's such a hassle, especially on days when I don't feel like practicing, you know? Hello. While editing, I realized some people might not even know what a cello bow is, so I figured I'd give you a quick rundown of the basics. First, you'll need a stopper, rosin, a towel, and a bow. This one is a stopper. It keeps the cello from sliding while you play. It's magnetic in the middle, so it just sticks right into the cello. There's also a wipe-shaped one that hooks into chair legs, but it's bulky and kind of a hassle to carry, so I don't use it actually. Next up, rosin. Let me show you up close. It looks like a little amber stone. And it's actually made from dried pine sap. It gets really sticky if you touch it. So what's this for? We rub it on the bow hair like this to help it grip the strings and make sound. Next up, the towel. They usually give you one when you buy a cello. You need this because rosin just gets everywhere after playing. On the strings, the body, just all over. So this is what I use to wipe everything down once I'm done. Now for the bow, which is pretty essential. It's made of horsehair, just rough enough to grab the strings. Without rosin, it's super smooth and silky. It just slides right over the strings and barely makes a sound. And when you're playing, you need to just turn this grid to tighten the bow hair when you play. And the last thing you need is a tuner. You can buy a proper one at a cello shop, but I just use an app on my phone and works fine. Cello strings stretch and shrink all the time, so you basically have to tune them before every single session. In winter, they get super tight because of the dry air, and in summer, they go super floppy because of all the humidity. So yeah, tuning never ends. That's why at every orchestra concert, you'll see everyone tuning to their A string first. La, because it's the one all the others follow. Oh, I almost forgot. This thing's called a dampit. It looks like this. You just pop it inside this aft hole to keep the cello humid enough. It gets really dry in winter, so I use two. And last but not least, the cello itself. Let me give you a super quick tour from the top. So up here, we've got the pegs, where the four strings are around. C, G, D, A. Oh, and these are my recent henna, by the way. Aren't they cute? And what do we do with pegs? You just twist these to tune your strings. Then there's the bridge holding them up. Down here, you've got these little knobs. They're called fine tuners. Just like the pegs, they adjust the pitch, but more precisely. Like I mentioned earlier when I was talking about the dampit, these are called F holes because they are shaped like the letter F. Apparently, that's where the sound comes out. And finally, the end pin at the very bottom. You can pull it out to adjust the height. Usually, so the cello sits around your chest when you're playing. Alright then, on to the vlog. I'm gonna be playing La Khalifa for my solo. You know Cinema Paradiso? The music was by Ennio Morricone. I really fell in love with his music after watching his documentary, so I actually played one of his pieces last year too. His music is really simple, but there's something so warm about it. I can't believe the concerts today. I'm freaking out. Next up, I'm helping my mom practice her duet piece. It probably doesn't sound like much right now, but it's actually a really good piece. Practice resumes. We're having the concert at this small art hall near Gangnam-gu office. We even put up the concert posters at the entrance. My cello teacher was the client and I was the designer. Everyone's getting set up for rehearsal. Why? Do I look nervous or something? I'm not stressed at all about the concert and all of the filming. First the cello, then my towel, and my sheet music. And let me put the case away. This is my duet partner's violin. It's all velvet on the inside. I love it. And they're in the middle of setting off for the concert. And here are their little ones. Look at this massive camera. It's making me even more nervous. They're moving the piano more toward the center. Back here, this is the waiting area for the performers. Rehearsal's over and time for dinner. Eating kimchi kimbap with the kiddos, and it's just so good. One last practice before the concert. I'm kind of shy about filming in public, so I had to explain myself when no one even asked.
지금 와주세요. 네. 바쁘다 바빠. 안녕하세요.
1부는 독주, 2부는 선생님과 함께하는 앙상블, 3부는 전 출연진이 함께하는 것으로 구성하였습니다. 한 곡 한 곡 끝날 때마다 큰 박수를 부탁드리고 애정 어린 눈빛으로 봐주시면 감사하겠습니다.
that's how the cello concert ended. Seeing all my colleagues, friends, and family there meant so much, and it also felt really nice to finally see a year of lessons and practice come together. But while I was editing this video and watching my performance back, I realized my intonation was off in way more places than I expected, and I was so tense I couldn't even feel the rhythm, you know? I was like so stiff. So next year, I really don't want to work on that and play more from the heart. You know, just feeling the vibe like I'm a real cellist. And with that, I'm officially on a 2-week cello break. Oh, and something fun is coming up next week as well. One of my colleagues is playing in a band next Saturday. Woo. So basically, he's a backend developer at work and a bassist in his band. It's kind of funny, right? Alright then, see you next week. Peace out. It's band show day! No one told us to, but we kind of picked a dress code.
Leather jackets and sunglasses.
I'm probably gonna wear leather pants to go with the jacket, and maybe a chain necklace to finish it off. I also gotta bring my tripod so I can film the show. Alright, let's head out. Rock and roll!
일단은 저희 밴드의 키보드와 보컬의 윤유상입니다. 그다음에 드럼을 하고 있는 한동규입니다. 보컬을 하고 있는
전수현입니다.
오늘 TK 파워가 가장 강한 남자. 네, 베이스를 맡고 있는 백창경입니다.
지금처럼 사무치게 알지 못해서 너의 다소 피어난 거이던가 바람아 내게 꿈을 데려와줘 시간은 나의 몸에 스며들 언제적
Well, I haven't uploaded in forever, so people kept asking me, like, how long does it even take to make a video? But honestly, like, how would I know? So I just said it takes ages. But then I started wondering, like, how long does it actually take? I know what you're all thinking. You're probably like, wait, what? 100 hours? Jen, are you making a movie or something? Just upload more often if you want more subscribers. Alright, just calm down, okay? We need to talk, seriously. I'm gonna be real with you, so hear me out. I'm not great at English, to be honest. I mean, I can kind of get by, but it's pretty broken English because I've never lived abroad and I don't really have any foreign friends either, so I guess I've just always tried my best to impress my dad because he's always been really into English and I just wanted to be like him. So, surprise! I know it might be hard to believe because I sound kind of fluent in my vlogs all the time, but that's just my editing magic. I make it look better than it actually is. So here's what I actually do. I read the Korean subtitles first, then I translate them into English, then I put that into ChatGPT and it fixes the Konglish and makes it sound like real English. Then I memorize it for a few days and I film myself. So now you see why it takes like 100 hours, right? But that's not even counting the time I spend memorizing everything. That's just the subtitles and editing alone. And here's my second secret, my pronunciation. You might be wondering why my pronunciation is so good. So many people fall for it. I'm not even kidding. Even Americans think I'm a native speaker or something. And then they just start throwing all this English at me and I barely understand anything, which kind of shocks both of us. You know, I've just always been pretty good at meeting people, so I can pick up accents pretty easily too. Whether it's English, Spanish, or even Japanese, it just kind of clicks for me. I don't even know if I like English because I'm good at it or if I got good at it because I like it. I don't even think it matters anymore. So here's the real question. Then why the hell am I making videos in English? Can I be real with you for a second? Honestly, sometimes it kind of scares me to put myself out there like this. Well, growing up in Korea, you kind of get used to people judging you all the time. They just judge everything, like your looks, your background, even how much you make. So without even realizing, I think I started hiding behind English. It just feels like I can step outside of all those expectations. I can get out of it for a bit. That doesn't mean that I'm any better though. If anything, I'm part of it too, and I catch myself doing the same thing sometimes, which I hate. So I don't really know what else to do other than just switching my English to English. You might be thinking, okay, but is that really why you're putting yourself through all this? Well, yeah. I'm a coward as hell, introverted as hell, and sensitive as hell. Couldn't tell? I guess you don't know me that well. Well, we'll get there. So I think I'm just gonna keep doing this until I get over this fear. I don't know if that day will ever come, but let's see how it goes. If I disappear for the next few months, just think that I'm still working on it. And I really appreciate your patience though. I really do. Then I'll see you in the next one, whenever that is. Bye! Oh, I'm so hungry.